It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Last of Us on HBO. We finally have our official trailer for Season 2 of The Last of Us. We have some pretty interesting details in this trailer that fans of the game will absolutely love. We're gonna break all of that down when we return, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with this breakdown. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So this trailer actually starts with a new scene for the TV adaptation. Now this is a remixed version of something that happened in the game, but it's basically the scene in the game where Joel actually talks to Tommy and tells him about what happened, the events of the first game and season 1 of the HBO adaptation. But in the TV version, we're actually seeing Joel tell a therapist about what happened. So we have the therapist here putting on a timer and then starting off and asking Joel what happened. Dialogue in this whole trailer is actually this therapist and Joel going back and forth. Therapist telling him that you can only heal if you explain exactly what happened, talk through it and all of that. And it basically leads to Joel crying and of course saying, "I saved her." We know this based on the first teaser that they released. But of course, the therapist is portrayed by Catherine O'Hara. We knew that she probably has that type of role and it's confirmed at this point. We have Joel giving her this stink eye, which is pretty funny at the beginning of the trailer. And we have Ellie here inside of Jackson. A pretty cool shot of Jackson and the surrounding areas in the cold winter days, which obviously is a direct adaptation of the atmosphere and the environment from the second game, which is pretty awesome. We have this pretty chilling shot of a mailbox with Joel Miller's name on it. It just says Miller, his last name. Now, fans of the game will probably have a clue why they're showing this. I mean, there is a reason. This is not just a random shot. So this is definitely very deep, very, very emotional and sad because of what happens. So this is a pretty cool shot. Not much to really break down because I don't want to give out spoilers. But then we have another scene that's a direct adaptation from the game. We have Joel giving Ellie his guitar, and of course the guitar has the Firefly's emblem on it, but she is playing the guitar just like the game. Pretty awesome stuff. We have Joel and Ellie laughing, and then we have this shot of a mountainous area. I'm assuming that this is scenes related to a new group we're gonna be introduced to. For non-video game fans, we're actually gonna be introduced to a new group, and they're gonna have a few members. One of their members is called Abby, and she's gonna have a major role in this second season and likely the third season as well, just like part 2 of the video game. Now we will see Abby later on in the trailer. We have this cool shot of 2 people on horseback in a winter environment, which is pretty cool. We have this awesome shot of Ellie playing the guitar. Obviously we see her tattoo and everything, and the whole vines and everything is very much a signature of The Last of Us. So that's cool that they're definitely keeping that and carrying it on into the second season. But we do have Dina there. For non-video game fans, Dina is Ellie's girlfriend. So that's the role that she's going to be playing. We have Dina here looking at Ellie. Pretty cool stuff. We have this shot, which is also very chilling. We have Joel playing the guitar on his porch, and we have someone looking at him, probably Ellie. Now for fans of the game, you know the conversation that's gonna happen here. And it's very much a big part of this whole season, like the events of this whole season. So I'm definitely very glad that they're keeping that. It was a pretty awesome part of the game, very emotional, very sad. So they're keeping this particular scene, which is cool. We have this shot of Joel on his porch with the guitar, pretty awesome. We have Ellie here, who probably showed up to talk to him. We have this cool shot of Tommy and another new character that's going to be introduced named Jesse, and they are obviously in Jackson. For non-video game fans, Tommy, we know from the first game, is Joel's brother, and Jesse is another resident of Jackson. We have this shot of Ellie throwing down a knife with blood all over it. Pretty interesting scene. We have this shot of Tommy with the sniper rifle looking out. This is obviously in Jackson, and they will see like a horde of runners coming at them, which is pretty cool. We have Ellie here. In the background, we do see something crawling, and we see that it's an infected that is approaching and trying to get to Ellie. Pretty cool stuff. We have Catherine O'Hara's character again, the therapist, asking Joel about what happened and all of that. We have this cool shot. First look at Abby in season 2 of The Last of Us HBO adaptation. We do see her in front of a grave. For video game fans, you know who that is. Not gonna go into it because obviously there's spoilers there, but if you played the game, you know exactly who this grave belongs to. We have a character here looking through binoculars at the horde of runners that are coming. I don't know who this is. I don't think it's anyone we know, but this is obviously at Jackson. Then we have this shot of runners attacking Abby, the new character. And obviously this scene is a direct adaptation of an exact scene that was in part 2 of the video game, and someone ends up shooting the zombie that's about to get Abby and saves Abby. Again, for video game fans, you know who that is. I'm not gonna dive into it, but this kickstarts a lot of interesting and intriguing stories that was very controversial in the game. We have obviously Abby here again fighting with that zombie that we just saw. We have 2 people on horseback in the snowy mountainous area. We have this cool shot of a person with a scar on their face. This is actually a member of the Seraphites, who are a cult. They're also called Scars, and they're going to be an antagonist group. We see Feel Her Love. This is connected to their story. Their leader is a cult leader, and this is like one of the memorials that they have for her, like a mural type thing. And then we have Ellie here. I'm assuming she's seeing that exact thing that we just saw, the mural. We have this cool shot of someone with their foot tied to a horse. I think this is connected to the Seraphites story. We have a Seraphites who was kidnapped or captured by none other than Isaac Dixon. Isaac Dixon, for non-video game fans, is the leader of the WLF, or the Washington Liberation Front, another group that's going to be introduced in the 2nd season. We have someone trying to break out of a cage, more forces in mountainous, snowy areas. We have these runners, these infected, coming towards Jackson. Pretty cool shot. We have some people on fire or infected, not really sure. Then we have Tommy and his wife Maria here. Tommy's face is all bloodied and everything. And then we have this shot, which is pretty cool. We have Dina and Ellie in some sort of a tunnel or basement, and we see there's like a train cart there, and we see Ellie shooting at people who are shooting back. These are the WLF that are fighting Ellie at this point. And then we have another shot of the cart, the train cart that we saw with infected inside. For video game fans, you know what type of infected is going to be encountered here, and it's definitely a pretty cool, very scary part of the game. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. We have Dina here as well, and then we have Joel shedding a tear because of obviously the stuff that he's talking about with the therapist. We have this shot of Ellie, she's screaming. This is actually a flashback. We saw in the teaser that they released months ago that it was Marlene that was with her here, and of course Marlene is dead, so we know it's a flashback. And then we have a post-trailer scene where we have a pretty cool shot, a very emotional shot of Ellie playing the guitar for Joel. Of course, at the beginning, Joel was trying to teach Ellie, and by the end of the trailer, Ellie is playing the guitar. Now, for video game fans, you know why this is important. I don't want to get into it again because it's spoilery, but this is very important in the game, and I'm sure that it's going to be just as emotional, just as sad. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.